Hello, it is I. We're back again doing this, because why not? I have nothing better to do at the moment, right? And I'm just enjoying myself playing Minecraft. What's so wrong with that? As I move the mic slowly towards me to ignore and speak a bit louder so you cannot hear the very active screeching in metal every time I move my mic, but that's okay. But I think I talked about earlier when I was streaming, right? I don't know why, but recently, I think because I've been eating weirdly, in the sense of like not eating as much as I should. I think a lot about cannibalism, but I think that's because I like eating meat, right, a lot. So I think a consequence of that, a consequence of genuinely me being hungry at times is just like I need flesh. Because like whenever I think of meat, right, I don't think of like I don't call it beef or anything, or like or mutton or pork or chicken or anything. For some reason, actually no, I don't consider chicken. What I'm about to explain to you. For some reason, I call it flesh, and I don't know how to feel about that sometimes. I feel like that's a bit strange for me to consider it that or call it that, but it's like quite literally what I think about it in the instant that I crave it, I guess. And generally, I've been thinking about cannibalism for a couple different reasons. One, what a starter. But one of course, is my random fascination with it and how people view it and portray it in media. Because again, growing up is one of those things where cannibalism has always been called a very morally wrong thing to do, right? That's what the thing is, right? But also, it's one of those things that's been used very frequently as an artistic kind of thing, right? Like in a couple of different medias that I cannot name at the moment, but I will definitely think of some later. Um, One of them that I'm thinking about right now is the fact that, again, I think some people, again, I think there's some literary thing, or not the literary thing, but some people consider like cannibalism like the ultimate form of love to some extent, which I think is wrong to some extent. I'm gonna, never mind. I'm just drowning slowly in my like air in my chest. It's okay. But no, I think that's interesting. I've heard a couple people say that, right? That cannibalism is the ultimate form of love, or to express it, right? Which I don't think is right at all. Not in the sense of morals, and it just doesn't make sense to me because it does feel like love. Because in my mind, right, I separate love and obsession, which I feel more people should do in general. But to me, it's more was it? Cannibalism seems like the ultimate form of control to some extent because they can never leave you, in essence. Because that's usually the reasoning I find behind it. Which again, I could be wrong or not, but it's one of those interesting things that I think about. Like cannibalism is a very common theme when it comes to literary devices, right? Or other things in just recent times. Just becoming more, not common, but more used in like certain medias, especially like horror, of course, which I guess makes sense because is technically the worst thing you can do, right? I don't know, and sometimes when I think about it, it's very strange because like when I'm hungry, I think because I want to eat like meat. So my first thought is like, what is the best and closest to me I can eat? And like, well, probably flesh, as in human flesh, which I think about is very strange. But usually I just eat a hot dog and then I'm okay. But again, cannibalism makes me think of just a bunch of different things. How interesting it is, just how... Because to me, like, I don't think I could eat a person. If the circumstances were dire enough, probably. But it's one of those things I think that goes for most people, right? But, I don't know. It's very strange to me how it works to someone. Or how someone justifies that to themselves, right? That they can just consume a person and be okay with it. Right? Hmm. Actually, no, okay, remember how I said we're screwed? We're actually golden. I really think about this, we're golden. Um, so I really think about when we were making our house, we're actually kind of golden. In the sense that all I have to do is this. Because we still need a floor, right? That's not gonna work, okay. The outer wall has to be pink. The inner wall has to be this color. Or my spruce log, basically. So we'd be okay, I think, if we do things correctly. Do we put the corner block? I don't think we do. Okay. But let's at least encase the outside wall with pink so we know where it is at all times. So we can never like go over it, so we should be okay when using it. I think, okay, I wanted to incorporate the pink into the house, right? Or the leaves into the house, but I think it's going to become a nuisance at some point. I'm just going to do this. Maybe at some point we can reincorporate it, but right now I don't think it's gonna work for our purposes. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about media in general, because I think because I am going to end up being on a plane, I might just read a bunch of stuff. I'm thinking to myself, what's good to read in essence. And my first, I was like, look, capitalism comes a lot in media, like especially like weirdly enough, I think I've seen a couple times in some indie projects as well as not web novels. What are they called? What are they called? What are they called actually? Visual novels. There we go. I couldn't remember for a moment. Some like indie visual novels. I've seen like it being brought up again, as again one of those options. Like, okay, you care for this person, now consume them. That kind of thing is, which is interesting to me. I don't know. I see cannibalism as a very gray area. Not in the sense that like I don't see it as a horrible thing, but in the sense like in certain situations, your survival is kind of important, right? So eating a person may again infringe on your long-term viability when it comes to things like that. And I don't know. I find it just very interesting to me. Again, growing up, it's one of those things where I think again learn about the Donner Party very early on in life, thanks to the American education system. Makes me think of cannibalism. And again, it was very portrayed as the what had to be done, right? And again, it's almost an unnecessary evil, again, to some extent, is the way to put it, right? Or otherwise, it's irreprehensible. Now, I think if I remember correctly, some people pitied them for that fact, for the fact they had to do it. You know, especially since it was spread around in the news a lot within the period that it was made. And now we just do this. Where are the walls? This is the wall. Okay, I think I know what I must do. It's gonna look really bad. Unless I do. I think that I think I've decided the top floor is just gonna remain pink. I think that's what I've decided in this moment. Because I don't know how to because I don't know how to remedy any problem I have in this moment. So it's remaining pink. Because I have no clue how to fix any issue I have by trying to make it look kind of cool. We're gonna go with this kind of cool wooden, like, roofing, or ceiling, basically. Because I saw it and I thought it was a good idea. I just had a great realization. Yep, okay, no, they're not doing it all the way. That's good. Nope, don't do that. My axe is gonna break soon. Okay. What are these blocks here? Ah, they're stairs. The stairs. I see. Wait, no, they're not. Okay, there's no point for those to be there. We're good. Minus the hole in my wall, but that's there for obvious reasons. I don't know. I generally worried, right? Whenever I was gonna do this, I would run out of topics, or like I didn't know what to talk about when considering not streaming this, but recording this. I was worried that I wouldn't know what to talk about, or that my talkings would become to rambling to some extent, which is not entirely wrong. No, I think about it sometimes. I don't know. I've been thinking about cannibalism a lot. It's also one of those very funny things, right? Where, like, I think again, in the midst of recording this, right? Not in the midst, like, I think of like, I think we're still the first week, right? Of again, this again, not to get too political on my channel, but just randomly, like, again, just hearing about Epstein and things like that, I'm like, oh, that's a thing that happened, and that's happening. You know, people are still figuring that stuff out. You know, and just randomly, just like on, what was it? I think was it Monday? No, it was like a Friday or a Thursday, or just a random Thursday. It's like, all right, the current president of the United States, Bill Clinton, former president of the United States. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't want to know this. Why did he do this? Why? Why do I be cursed with knowledge to know that this is something that happened? Confirmed, more or less. It concerns me greatly, but I guess that's just something I have to live with for the rest of my life, and I don't know how to feel about that. gonna try this and just hope it looks okay. You know, that guy who said we need a stonecutter for the wood is definitely right. It's insanely expensive to even use stairs, right? I can jump. Okay. I forgot your name, but I know it's long and I could definitely make a couple of guesses and be kind of close. I think one of them's Taylor. So Taylor, watch out. That hurt me so much. Oh, Teddy. We call you Teddy. I'll call you Teddy. Because you have so many different names that I just don't know. Oh no. Okay, windows there and it'd be perfect, right? This is my bachelor crib, okay? This is my bachelor. This is what the bachelor has. Hey man. You wouldn't Oh, he's gone. Okay, never mind. Did he take no he didn't take anything, I don't think. But yeah, no. Sorry, I'm losing my mind slowly. I don't have any wood. See, this is the issue. Whenever I do anything, I run out of wood so greatly, so quickly. I need another axe as well. But no, going back to the president action. My first instinct, okay, cool. I don't want to know this. Like, I think it's good that we're learning more, right? But it's not. This is not the information. This is not the groundbreaking press I thought it here. It's very interesting to me and very funny.